So we good. All right, hey, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you brothers and sisters that serve the Lord in sincerity and truth. So we're going to have an open forum, speak on prophecy, things that are going on. All right, as we speak right now, you still got 30,000 fucking indios in downtown LA, okay, going against the policies of the cruel king, man. They call it, No King's Day?
No King's
which
Day.
is spiritual, because that's exactly what the scriptures describe this guy as, man. Isaiah 19, okay, and various other scriptures going into what's going on right now, man. All right, and as you see, we're at the house. We ain't involved in any of this stuff, which none of you Israelites that believe in the truth and think that the Lord is dealing with, okay, you shouldn't be around this stuff, man. You shouldn't be holding camp fucking around the corner on the same block as these people, all right, because as we know, there's a lot of agent provocateurs there, and basically, man, you guys are falling right into the hands of the damn devil, man. And as we see this fucking folly, this is what attracts fucking Jake, man. Anything that has to do with the truth and serving the Lord and getting right with the Lord before he comes back, Jake don't want to hear about that.
Nope.
They want to fucking sign, they want to fight cops, they want to fucking, be badasses here in the internet, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And make a name for themselves here. And we're not about none of that, man. We're over here to proclaim the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which is the most important names on the whole planet Earth, man.
That's right.
Right.
This is the proper way to protest, man.
That's exactly.
In the spirit of the Lord, man.
Hey, can I read you what No King's Day is about?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so for No King's Day, it says, it is a term referring to nationwide protests to be held on June 14th, coinciding with a military parade and President Trump's birthday. It says these protests organized by groups like Indivisible and others are a form of defiance against the Trump administration's policies, particularly those related to immigration. It says, and are intended to express opposition to authoritarianism and billionaire first politics. Their core message is no thrones, no crowns, no kings, in opposition to Trump's leadership style.
Which is basically how everything's been ruled from the beginning, man.
Exactly.
That's what people don't fucking understand. See, that's why you need to have, who was it? Roosevelt said that a thorough understanding of the scriptures is way more better than any fucking political degree or college degree or economic degree or judicial law degree. Fuck all that, man. Okay, if you would understand, okay, first, when the nation of Israel, our first king was Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right. Then what happened? Our people wanted to be and copy the other nations because they had kings. So the Lord was like, all right, y'all want that? I'll give that to you. And look what he gave us, man. He gave us Saul. Okay. And it saddened the Lord, man, because he was like, man, I'm your king. But you guys over here asking for human flesh, okay, a crown, a throne, to represent you guys when I'm the one that represents you guys, man.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, this whole shit of presidents and fucking kings and all that shit, it was off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we should have just been serving the Lord, man. But again, trying to be like these other nations with their presidents, their Caesars, whatever the fuck you want to call them, prime ministers. It's all the same shit, man. All right, when the scriptures you read about kings. All right, so the thing is the king, a true king, is supposed to represent the King of Kings, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But we see that these other guys, they're trying to, they don't even represent their kingship. The real kings are behind the shadows, behind the curtains, man, which is Amalek, the house of Amalek, especially with these bankers, man. They're the ones calling the shots. They're the ones funding these protests, man.
Yep.
We were just watching it live a little while ago, and we were like, what the hell? They have like a 30-foot blow-up balloon of a Trump-looking baby in diapers and shit.
Yeah.
That costs money. That was a custom-made balloon. You don't just go to Party City and buy that motherfucker for $100. You know what I'm saying? They had mascots out there dressed like Trump and all this shit. So it's just like, this is very well organized. This is very well funded. Okay, you have fucking a bunch of fucking indios that supposedly don't got papers and know how to speak English, right, or write it. with a long ass constitution marching down the fucking street. They don't know nothing about that,
A
man.
100-foot constitution.
100-foot constitution, man.
It wasn't even included in our bill.
Exactly, man. See, so these are the things that even citizens that were born here don't even understand that, man. That we were considered in that constitution 3/5 of a man. Okay? And they still look at you like that because look how the police been dealing with Judah.
Yeah.
Okay, you so-called blacks. Okay? And now that it's the brown people's turn, you so-called Latinos. Okay? Now y'all, hey, we gotta get together and this and that. And Judah looking at you like, man, fuck you niggas, man. You know, why? Because the only time we're gonna come together according to the scriptures is under Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the flag that we're gonna get under. That's the banner
That's right.
They
that we're gonna join
got a
unto.
precept for you about
Yep.
the kings, and they're waiting for a righteous king to reign and rule.
That's
Now,
right.
this is 2 Samuel. This is what David said a king should be. You said they should be under Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh, the righteous kings.
Mhm.
This 2 Samuel 23:3 says, "The power of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me, he that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh."
That's all part
So
of
they
it.
don't want a king. Well, we get it. Why there's uproars of the people, and the people are mourning because the wicked bear fruit.
That's
But
right.
they
That's
understood
right.
the script, like you said. A thorough knowledge of the Bible is better than a college education.
That's right.
You have to understand that there's always meant to be kings, but what king is ruling now? A fierce king is going to rule over the Egyptians, which is the Americans. But we're waiting for a righteous king, Yahweh Shai, to return to make us a nation of kings and priests.
Hey, he said there's always going to be kings. Scripture says that we're going to be kings and priests, a nation of kings and priests.
That's right.
Every Israelite man is going to be a king.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just going to be different levels.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, which really none of that has changed. Just titles. You know what I'm saying? At one time they called them Caesars. In some areas they call them prime ministers. And here they call them presidents.
Yeah.
You know, but it's the fucking same shit.
Czars.
Emperors, His Majesty, czars, it's all the same shit. So in reality, kings are always going to exist,
That's
whether
right.
you like it or not. All right, but there's only one kingdom and one king whose dominion is going to be ruling forever and ever. All right, in America, it ain't fucking it, man.
That's
All right, America is on its last fucking grains of sand, man. You know, it's done, man. It's circling the drain, how we always say, and basically, we're about to jump ship, man. You know, and those of you that want to plan and build and invest in a sinking ship, hey, you gonna go down with it, man. Well, is there more right there?
No, that was it.
Yeah, they're saying it basically in the sense of a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
but it's
but-
always been a dictatorship.
Exactly.
And he had power back when he was previously president because he declared a state of emergency and never remanded the shit. So at any time, he could put military forces in the land if he sees fit. And he sees it as an uprising or rebellion.
Think about what he did. He overrode the command of Governor Newsom and just sent the National Guard in,
This
man.
dude's a fucking governor. He's the president over the nation. He's the commander in chief, as they call him. So
Yeah.
he has complete sway over the military forces. A governor might not want him to place troops in his jurisdiction, but he has that power.
Like nuisance.
Yeah.
Right.
He can't override that even if he wanted to.
If people are complaining about dictatorship, you really haven't seen nothing yet, man.
Exactly.
Scripture says in Revelation 13 that he about to be a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he about to be he goes
Great
into a
wrath.
dragon, goes into Dracon,
Yeah.
gonna write you, put you in jail, put you to death for the littlest things, man.
Austere measures.
Right.
Like right now, they passed a law about tents, man. You know, no longer have a certain, a tent on your windows.
Wow.
But that's really for the AI to really surveillance
Right.
everything, man. They want to be able to look inside your car, man. It's all about control.
The biometric mask,
Yeah.
or just mask in general. You're not allowed to have masks. That's to get your face in their facial recognition system.
Damn.
You know.
Yeah. And then you can't touch the phone. Both hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah, man.
Front and center. And if they catch you with one hand off the steering wheel, they could give you a ticket or arrest you.
Well, yeah, like the brother said, with the AI and how good it's getting and all that, man, it's like you might not even know that you've been being watched or got a ticket. You just gonna get it in the mail.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? With your picture right there, and you just maybe fucking just close the window or.
Yeah.
Ego.
You know what I'm saying? It asked you, would you like to reroute? And you just hit no real
Yeah.
quick, and then
Yeah.
boom, now your ass getting a whatever $200, $300 fucking ticket.
That's crazy.
You know, but the picture and the evidence shows that well, you was on your phone and you shouldn't have been on it. You know, but it's gonna get more serious than just a phone.
Yeah, this ain't
thing,
nothing, man.
You know, all the plays right now is to bring more unjust decrees, man, and more draconian laws, man.
Yeah, I just got a quick point. An interesting stat. Just going into what bros are talking about the downfall and decline of America. Measuring the time diligently and in pursuit of these prophecies, we know we have a short time. But I found this little article interesting. It says the United States of America officially became a nation on July 4th, 1776, when the Declaration of Independence was adopted. It says as of today, June 14th, 2025, America has been a nation for 248 years, almost 249. It says in a few weeks, on July 4th, 2025, the U.S. will celebrate its 249th birthday. The 250th anniversary, the semi-quincentennial, will be in 2026, a major milestone that is already being prepared for, considering empires usually only last 250 years.
Damn.
So it's coming to a close.
Yeah. And Lord can bring this place down in an instant.
Right.
He can bring it down before that.
Overnight.
He delivered us out of Babylon with 2 years shy of that 70 years. It was about 68, 67.
Yeah.
Right around that. Because he can do what he wants. He can get you out quicker.
A lot can change within a day, man.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
But this goes to show too that, judging by that little article, that Esau even knows his time is short. You know,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
so he's going to come down with great wrath, as you bros were just mentioning.
Yeah.
And we can see it now. You know, beginning with the North. What was that quote that went during the week? First the North gets it, then how's it go?
The North first and the South the worst.
Yeah, usually it always begins with the Northern Kingdom. You know.
The
Right.
South gets the worst.
So this is just the beginning, because we got guys at the job that's talking about they're coming up to us now talking about, oh yeah man, just got pulled over, racial profile. Like welcome to the club, man. Like goddamn.
Yeah. You know, and, hey, like, seen a video of this one Jew that was like, yeah, now you Mexicans know it's like the niggas. Man.
Yeah.
You always been there.
Yeah.
It's just been in the good.
Yeah, I gotta say, getting your nigga wake up call, man.
Right. Big card.
They don't like you. They don't like you too, man. Like your brother said, they just tolerate you.
That's it. They
Yeah.
tolerate you. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's the Most High that's in control of all this.
Mhm.
Real quick, Daniel 2:21. When he changeth the times and the seasons, he removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge unto them that know understanding. So it's Most High that put up Trump.
Right.
You know, it's Most High that's going to bring these draconian measures
That's
to get
right.
his people, really. You know,
Yeah.
all this destruction is for you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man.
That's right.
Let me just read that in NLT real quick.
Yeah.
He controls the course of world events. Removes kings and sets up kings, man. He's controlling everything.
World events. The very same week, brothers talking about like, okay, if they was really about these protests, they'd be out there during the week, and they were out there during the week. And then what happened during this week? That strike on Iran.
Oh,
the Lord
yeah,
is
yeah.
in control of world events.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just concentrating on what's going on over here, but across the world, something else happened.
It's all a part of prophecy.
All
A lot happened. You just got two Democrats. I got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this morning, yeah.
Shit.
You know, supposedly.
Supposedly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you already know he's gonna throw his little extras around. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking about that those attempted assassinations were politically driven. You know, so we already know that there's division between both political parties, and you know what I'm saying. Now you got these fucking Indios in the middle, stuck in this shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, which is one thing that at least both of them, Democrat and Republicans, they're like, yeah, fuck these Indios, get rid of these niggas and these fucking spics, you know, because that's how they look at you, man. All right, they never look at you as an equal. They never look at you as yeah, you're one of us. You know, we're God's children. You're part of God's children too. No, man. Okay, that's all that. I mean, if it was like that, none of this shit would be happening, man. You know, they'd be all fucking be 30,000 motherfuckers joining hand by hand, singing "Kumbaya" or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Trump has never hid his hatred he has for you Northern Kingdom.
Exactly.
He has never played that game,
Exactly.
man.
I respect that.
That motherfucker never.
Yeah, that's why we
played
respect
that.
him, man.
Yeah.
Because he's being honest. He never pretended to like you.
Yeah.
He always said exactly what he thought about you.
Yeah, Joe Biden feel the same way. He just didn't say it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he put all those executive orders that Trump is passing about deporting your ass to wherever you come from, or not even sending you back home. That demon Biden put that into play. He just didn't sign it into law. He left it on the table for that devil to come in and bring it out. And then before that, Obama, everybody let this nigga old drama. He put shit on the books.
Oh, man, he
for
was
Trump
hard,
to sign
bro.
when he came in. So it's just like every president previous since JFK has been putting shit on the table leading up into this time to make it law.
Yeah, but every president, people are always been getting deported.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the deportation stopped, you know.
No.
Biden probably just, you know, he let people come in,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, ain't just immigrants that trying to have a better life. There's people that come in that's trying to ruin people's lives here, you know, bring you know, terror, different type of terror, you know, there's a lot of talk on sleeper cells and all that.
Oh yeah.
They let him in.
You know, but at the end of the day, it's all part of the Yahweh Shem Shai's plan, man.
That's where I got one.
Yep.
Did you was done with that?
Gone.
This second Ezra 16 and 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
Mm.
Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side." So the Lord is likening this thing to, the process of birth. You know, as a woman's water breaks, and she begins to have the contractions and all of that. As she gets closer to that birth, the pains increase and they happen more frequent, man. So that's what we're seeing. So many things happening, man. Like brother mentioned, Israel and Iran. You got all these goddamn protests going on, because they're really protests. They ain't riots. They're truly protests. And then you got you got the ICE shit. You got all this shit going on, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Lord, really, bringing this end in, man.
That's right.
You know.
As a spirit. And what people don't fucking understand is marching. When you fucking saying you gonna march, fuck a goddamn sign and bullshit. Like you said, the Indians don't even know goddamn English, got a pure
Yeah,
fucking
I don't know what to say. You can say I'm a flaming fag, and he's out there just fucking man.
Yeah. Or I like hot dogs and some shit. You can have whatever the fuck on it.
Right.
But going back to that, they don't even know what the word march goes into. It means you're marching to war.
Right.
It's a military footing term.
Yeah.
Right.
You marching, or we're gonna march, peacefully march. Ain't no such thing.
Right.
In their book of things, there ain't no such thing as a peaceful march. A march is a military action.
Right.
So that's why he has boots on the ground down there, because he's like, okay, anything can happen. There could be sleeper cells among them, and if anything goes down, take them out. But there's women and children. Well, they was in Kuwait and all these other places in the Middle East. You have fucking women with the burqas and shit on, but they had bombs strapped to them. They had children with a fucking candy box, but there was fucking grenades and the shit. So they were like, anybody is a potential fucking enemy. That's how they see it. You can't say, well, there's women and children. They see you all as a threat. That's why they got the Marines in there. They just go in there to shoot to kill. They don't ask no question.
Yep. And they don't care whether it's a man, woman, or child. All right. You got Marines that get put overseas, and they got to take fucking children out with RPGs.
Yeah.
Fucking women with AKs under their guards and shit like that, man. So they're already used to that shit. So when they call them in, they're not over there to look nice. You know what I'm saying? They're over there they're putting work. They're fucking killers, man.
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries. That's what they are.
Yeah.
You know. Anybody else got something?
Yeah, I got something real quick. This is Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? Right, so like brothers are going into, ultimately this is the Lord, causing all of these things, whether he's putting it in you stupid people's mind to go out and protest, putting it in this devil's mind to forward, the things that he's doing. Is to set up this day of chaos, because the Lord is using it as judgment. Because like the brother said, right now it's just protests, but soon those rubber bullets are going to turn into live
Actual
rounds.
bullets.
Yeah,
And bodies will be hitting the ground. And like the scripture said, that evil, which the word evil means bad time, the Lord is doing that ultimately.
Yeah, he's in the midst of it. Because this dude Trump literally told you people not to go out there. This devil don't ever tell you not to do something. And he knows that you're going to still do it. And that's the Lord baiting you out there to go out and get your ass slain or detained or whatever. Because you're not listening. You're a rebellious house, as the scriptures say.
Yeah, like you mentioned how it ain't gonna be rubber bullets, it's gonna be real bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Same goes the other way around. You people ain't gonna be throwing rocks, scooters, setting shit on fire. Y'all gonna start shooting, man.
Right.
And they gonna shoot back.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand on that movie Civil War, brothers was really paying attention. The one Jake dude that wanted to talk to the president, he's like, I'm gonna have 2 questions for him. And he's like, what are those questions gonna be? He said, first is gonna be, Mr. President, how could you go ahead to make you approved airstrikes on American citizens? There's gonna be airstrikes on these fucking people.
Right.
Bam.
Yeah, that's true.
They gonna approve that shit. It's gonna be jets flying fucking low and they boom, it's gonna end that fucking shit.
Hey, those troops that's on the ground, they going to get the call to
To
fall
get out.
back.
Yeah.
Right.
They gonna call them airstrikes.
Oh.
Then they gonna start cheering. Dumbass Americans.
Yeah, hell yeah. They're retreating. We won.
They send a robot dog into the middle of that.
Then they come
Right.
And then another thing in that movie, he said that the president in that particular movie before that Civil War broke out, that he disbanded the FBI. He didn't want no trace back to what he was about to do to the American people. No law, no order, no courts.
Well, that's what Trump is working to do right now.
That's what he's doing right now. So he's gonna disband, the FBI or whatever agency helps people. He gonna disband that shit and bring straight draconian measures, like the brother mentioned earlier.
And that bombing, that's some real shit. Because they already did that before. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, man.
Yo,
yeah,
bro,
exactly.
They used the military, yeah. And then they did it on Gad too. If you watch that movie, Killers of the Flower Moon, right when the bomb went off, you hear Jake screaming and crying, just like Tulsa. Just like Tulsa. They got the south and they hit the north.
Damn.
Same way. So, and they send the military in there to do Jake in. So it ain't like they can't send the military downtown fucking LA and make that shit the new Gaza. Alright? The Gaza Strip down there, motherfucker, man. And he told you not to go in there, this dude Trump. Don't go in there or else they gonna meet you with lethal force.
I got a precept. Second Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
There you go.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
That's it.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid.
That's
Hey,
all that's
read that
going
again.
on,
I
bro.
gotta read that again.
14
This is what's
Yeah.
going on right now, man.
They gonna want to leave the downtown LA and
I'll
go
start
home and
14.
shit and get
Right.
corona and they be like, your ass ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
They take
man.
you in.
Yeah, I'll start at 14. It says, woe to the world and to them that dwell therein. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Martial law.
For because of their pride the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. That was pretty much it.
I got that in the GNT D.
Please.
Yeah.
Verse.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 15 and 14. The world and the people in it are doomed.
What does that word doom mean, huh?
Judgment.
Judgment.
Doomsday prophets.
Yeah.
It says, hey, shout out my man Ayana. That's your channel, right?
Yeah, kind of.
It says the war that will bring their destruction is very near.
Oh, and we just seen the implementing of that this week.
Mhm.
That's a main player in the game of
Man.
World War III being declared. Is Iran is one of those nations written
Persia.
in the scripture, Persia.
Yep.
That has
Yeah.
to be touched. It has to be like a wild boar in the wood provoked.
Yeah.
Because the only way a damn wild boar is gonna chase you or look at you is if you corner it or it feels threatened and it's gonna attack you.
Yep.
So Iran feels threatened in that region, so they're gonna attack you.
Why they feel threatened? You look at the military bases
All
along
along
and
that.
surrounding Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they still had a power move because they got that Strait of Hormuz. If they close that off, all world trade stops. And they know Israel needs those ports open. So if they close it off, them people over there is gonna starve.
Don't forget about their big homie, man.
Oh yeah,
That's
Russia.
gonna be a guard on some
Yeah.
Still the big homie.
Hey, in China
They
too,
just
man.
watching. They just watching.
Paying
Yeah,
attention
China
to the
too,
Persian
man.
Gulf, they be doing the Navy of China, Russia, and Iran be doing a lot of military exercises, man.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
Yep. It says the war. Salah, you gonna say something? It says the war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. Which I believe the scripture said that basically people will, you know.
Yeah.
It says there will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. And that's by definition anarchy, man.
Right.
You know.
That's Russia and Ukraine, China and Taiwan. Like, that shit is going on right now.
Now this is dealing with you know, when society
Right now.
collapses and
here in
shit.
America, I mean not right now, but what's about to happen in America, man?
Yeah.
Uproars.
Yeah, this political arena is all fucked up.
Yeah, you got these judges trying to overrule what Trump said.
Right.
Yeah.
Trump, you know, this
Yeah, like
is
the
it.
judge overruled and gave back the power to do something
Yeah,
for his National Guard. You know,
Yeah.
But then the Court of Appeals overruled that.
yeah.
He controls the Senate and the court. So it's dangerous.
See political turmoil, and didn't it say ignoring the legitimate government?
And one group is trying to overpower another group, and this is a perfect powder keg when these riots are going on to take out political enemies.
Yeah.
They can go in there and say a crazy ass migrant with a mask on did.
Exactly.
But it's really a goddamn assassin
Yup.
that they sitting there
Oh,
taking
man,
right out.
that's why, huh?
That's why, who was it? The Ayatollah of over there? He said it's time to activate whatever sleeper cells we got over there and shit.
Yeah.
You know, now whether that could have been AI or whatever shit, we know that at the end of the day, that's what's gonna happen, man.
That's
All right, when Biden let in a lot of them motherfuckers, it was
All
a militant dude that was saying, you know who I am?
Mm.
He was like, y'all motherfuckers gonna hear my name in a couple
Oh,
of
yeah.
months. He
Right.
said it, bro, and he was a fucking top military dude from Iran, man, and he got through.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
You know, got through with a whole caravan of Indios and shit, passed for one, and
Yeah.
he's up in here doing something.
Yeah.
He didn't come here to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
You know?
ISIS is here, man. Remember what happened at the beginning of the year? That down there in New Orleans, man.
Oh yeah.
Right,
The
right.
ISIS flag, he ran over those people, man.
You're right.
He had that ISIS flag in the back of his truck.
Yep.
So yeah, super cells are here, man.
Hell yeah.
Been here
False
for some
flag.
time, too.
And if I could just say, it makes perfect sense how this devil's gonna accuse Jake, because Jake dumbass is out there with Mexican flags,
Right.
you know, protesting and shit, and then somewhere in the background is a fucking sleeper cell or a provocateur running around with a Hamas flag or
Right.
something like that.
That's it.
And they gonna group Jake right into that.
Hey, they showed you that on the Civil War when they was all rioting for the water because they were like protesting for the water, and that crazy motherfucker with the flag ran over there and boom blew that shit up.
Yep.
Just ran right in there when it was like a protest for water rights and shit like that. Right at the beginning of the movie, boom blew that shit up. Dead bodies everywhere, niggas was dead, and they was just taking pictures of motherfuckers just dead. So anybody could just run in there with a Hamas flag or a Mexican flag,
Yeah.
Right.
blow that shit up, and then blame whoever they want to blame.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It says there will no longer be free access to the cities.
Martial
Because
law.
yeah. Because
right now, what they got curfew, 8
8
o'clock.
8 p.m.
All right, nobody in downtown LA. You get caught up in that area, they might disappear your ass, man.
Yeah.
Man.
An hour and a half from now.
They might test some new technology on your ass.
Yep.
Man. That's right, bro.
Shit.
For real.
Shit, man.
It says there will be no longer free access to the cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live.
Hey, like a prelude, an example is downtown LA right now. Hey, you got how many freeways that pass through downtown LA?
They got the 101, the 5, the 110.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, so let's say you live on the outskirts of
60,
downtown LA, but you gotta either get in downtown or past downtown. But with all of this commotion and chaos that's going down right there, you might not be able to get to work.
Yeah.
You know, and this is just the small example of what's to come.
Oh, man, what's that show? I watched The Fear of the Walking Dead. And there was a bunch of riots going on. And one dude was in the streets of downtown LA. He got stuck in there, man. He couldn't go because of all the chaos was happening all around him. He was trying to make it back to his family, but he couldn't, man.
Same thing on Homestead, remember that?
Yeah. That's it.
Motherfuckers on the freeway in traffic.
Yeah. Even that Green Beret dude said, like, if everybody's glued to the TV and some shit is going on that you never seen, you got a 12 fucking hour window to go any direction.
Yeah.
After that, you guys gonna be
right.
shut in. You're gonna be closed in.
Straight up. Damn.
Yeah. So if they're letting people leave downtown right now, but who's to say they gonna let them people go? Because there is a curfew coming with an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And they ain't letting no fucking body out. So,
Damn.
and they told you not to go down there. If you down there with your family like a dumbass, eating burritos with a Minnie Mouse hat on and shit, you done.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you go down there? Oh, to get
support.
my voice.
To support.
They ain't hearing you.
Nah.
I mean, dumbass to bring your family in the
Yeah,
protest.
nah, but you got fucking
But
dumb
you got
motherfuckers
people-
with kids out there.
And you
bro.
seen that woman
That's
crying because
crazy.
of the pepper spray in her fucking eyes. Why are you down there?
Exactly.
You should be at home.
And what do you think is going to happen? You think this devil going to come out, hey, you know what? I was tripping. You know, my bad. Y'all right.
Yeah, at first I was like, fuck that, but then I read that sign right there.
It touched my heart.
Yeah.
Hell no, man. The scripture say you can't go to the unmerciful for kindness.
Man, straight up, bro.
That's it.
But finishing it says, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder through possessions.
Wow.
Mercilessly.
You know, so hey, that time is coming.
Yeah, and it hasn't gotten that bad yet, but we already see that the spirit is getting put into these people, man.
Yeah, take away people's livelihood. You gonna see it, man. You
Hell
gonna see
yeah.
it.
Yup. Like right now, it's like they're just feeling the first blows, but once like the wave of all these that they've collected, once that money stops flowing into the house and y'all can't make rent no more, y'all ain't got nothing to eat, and then usually, you know, Issachar will sell fruit or corn or any type of food, they're into that. But who's gonna fucking want to go out and risk their lives?
Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? To pay a stupid fucking rent or a fucking bill when you might be the last family member left and you gotta fucking go out there and play this cat and mouse game with the government, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it, man.
Damn.
You know, that's why the scriptures say that a lot of people are gonna go back to their countries, man, and say fuck this shit.
Because they see the approaching sword.
Exactly, man. And that's what's going on, man. I had asked Chat GPT, because, you know, we know through the spirit, we say, this is Nero all over again, you know? So I asked Chat GPT, I said, what did Nero do to the Israelites during his time that opposed to his authority and rule? And this is pretty interesting, man. It says, what Nero did was appointed corrupt and harsh Roman procurators over Judea, such as Jesuus Florus, who extorted the population and desecrated the Israelites' customs. These abuses stirred up more of the people in Judea, which caused civil unrest. So it's like he did things on purpose to piss Jake off. If they already knew they were mad about the taxes, he said, fuck it, we throw another nigga down, tax him even more, man. He was not playing, man. All right, it says, while Nero himself did not go to Judea, he was responsible for the appointments, laws, and policies that led to the deteriorating relations.
Dang.
So what's going on right now? Look at the relation between Mexico, south of the border, and America. Okay, you had this bitch, but she's a rat too, talking about, yeah, but don't make us come in there and have to invade. Like, that bitch ain't gonna do nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you that these are the fucking tensions that are going around the world. Right now, America isn't in the best political relations with a bunch of other foreign countries right now, man.
That's right.
Okay, right now they're all looking at it like, fuck this bitch, you know?
Yeah.
It says in 66 CE or AD, it says a full-scale revolt broke out in Judea due to the Roman oppression. It says, right.
And that's what I believe it was Paul. No. It was who was the teacher of Paul was Gamaliel. He pretty much was telling Jake that certain men went up against the Romans because the taxation was fucking quelled and put to nothing.
Right.
He said, leave these men alone.
Yeah.
So you're reading that they only increased after Yahushua left and the disciples became apostles. Those taxations and those riots increased among Jake.
Exactly. And he did it on purpose.
On purpose.
You know what I'm saying? He wanted to antagonize and he wanted to push the buttons on Jake.
That's
And
right.
eventually is what led to this, which is prophecy, you know? That's why the Lord warned Jake and told him, hey, when you see Jerusalem come past with armies, don't fucking come back over here, man. Wherever you at, just go, man.
Dang. So when Trump is telling you to go back to your land, he's literally saying the same thing the Lord
Right.
said. Don't
Hey,
take a
really?
coat, get your shit and go.
Hey,
Don't
straight up,
turn
bro.
back. Don't fucking look back for nothing. Just go.
Yup. But Jake got in their mind, but Monday I gotta clock in.
Clock
and
in.
shit, you know
I'm
what
an
I'm saying? I gotta
American.
work overtime.
I love
on
it.
Saturday, shit, like, you know, because that's how far and how deteriorated the minds of our people are, man. That's all they fucking think about. Like the scriptures say, is Israel a homeborn slave?
Yeah.
And most of you niggas are, man.
Why is he supporting?
Well, exactly.
And they don't care to want to know what's going on until it hits home. Now, this is hitting home for a lot of the northern tribes, but the things in the backdrop is what's really going on. What the fuck is really going on? Why is there a military presence here? It's bigger than just the North and these protests. They deemed all American citizens domestic terrorists in 2001 after those towers fell. So it ain't just the North and the migrants. Is all American citizens are deemed terrorists.
Right.
They just starting with the migrants.
Yup. God says in 66 AD, a full-scale revolt broke out in Judea due to the Roman oppression. Said Nero then sent General Vespasian and later his son Titus to crush all the rebellion.
Ooh, rebellion. That's sedition.
Yup.
That's a sedition to a king or a ruling monarch. They have to send in the military to quell the situation.
And that's what they wanted anyway from the jump.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got Vespasian here again, man. The Titus, they here again, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's some high-ranking motherfuckers in the military that are full of fucking hate with you Jakes, man. They're the ones that we've seen right now that are making these videos. They're like, what the fuck, you got a foreign flag and shit. Getting offended. Edomites getting offended and shit, man. You know, they're not for you, man. All right. It says, this began the first Jewish-Roman war, which culminated in the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD. Though Nero died before that, he set all of this up, you know.
And he
so
set it in motion.
You
Like
know.
the presidents that preceded this dude, Trump set it in motion. So
Yeah.
when he makes it law, he's going to bring it into Jake's liveliness here in America. A lot of Jakes that come over here want to get their citizenship. I want to become a citizen. You won't while this man sits in office. He ain't about to get shit done. He going to either deport you or detain you.
Mhm.
Those days of you coming over here with a green card and I'm gonna become a citizen, that's my dream. Those fucking days are over.
Yeah, straight up, man. It says Nero violently persecuted the Israelites. Said especially after the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD, he falsely then blamed the Israelites for the fire and executed many of them in many horrific ways.
Now what preceded this dude Nero from even doing that? Not Nero. It was the dude came before him, Claudius. Claudius already deported the Israelites out of Rome at the time. So he literally went to war with Israel right after that.
Yep.
Because he disbanded them, deported them, and then whoever was left in the empire, they went to war with them.
Yep. So basically, he kicked it off to where the ones that followed next after, which was Vespasian and Titus, basically set them up and gave them the green light to go hard against Jake. It says, so he appointed the abusive officials over Judea, worsening the oppression. He then ordered military intervention during the revolts, which led to more massive loss of life and destruction even after his death. When he died in 68 AD by suicide because he could not handle the pressure, 2 years into the war. So, hey man, it's crazy. We're gonna see if Nero now can stand the pressure. Okay, because at the end of the day, he's a puppet. He's getting told what to do, man, and he's getting the hate, and the mark is on him. The crosshairs are gonna be pointed at him, and he's just a puppet.
Yeah.
All right, nobody's really talking about. I don't see signs that say "fuck the Rothschilds," "fuck the Rockefellers," "fuck the 13 Illuminati bloodline families." None of that, because these motherfuckers are not hip. They have no clue who the real ones behind the curtains that run the world are doing, man. You know, they think Trump is the root of all evil, and no, Trump is just a small little Edomite amongst a big ass dynasty of wicked ass Edomites, man.
Yeah, he's a pawn, man.
Exactly, man. That was it right here.
That's the spirit, though.
You know,
I got a precept.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 10 and verse 5. It says, "O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation."
Yep.
And right now, the modern day Assyrian is Esau Edom through his military might. And it's spiritual because the Assyrians in the ancient world took down the northern kingdom.
Yeah.
All right, and they were known for their military might. The empires that came after them modeled their military structure after them. But the point is that I'll read it again. "O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger."
Hey, let me back you up, Doc, if you let me. Certain names put fear into the hearts of the northern kingdom when they heard certain names of rulers of the Assyrians, like Sargon II, Salmanassar V. These men put fear into the north because they literally came down to take the north. They deported the warrior tribes out of the land first, and then they left the people defenseless, and then they deported the rest of the people out of the land after they defeated them. So that's what Trump is doing right now. He's deporting people, and whoever want to stand and fight against him, he's gonna send that Assyrian in there on you.
Yep. So again, Isaiah 10 and 5, "O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation." So with Esau coming down on our people, ultimately it's the anger of the Lord.
That's right.
It says, "I will send them against a hypocritical nation." That's you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, hypocrites. You look down on your own people of other tribes and, you know, put yourself on an Edomite pedestal when this devil hates you just as much.
That's just saying.
So continue, and then you claim to, you know, love the Lord through those religions like Catholicism and Christianity, but all your actions show that you actually hate the Lord.
Yeah.
So it says,
talking about no kings, isn't the Lord a king?
Right.
King of kings.
See?
Right? I should have put that on there, man. But you said no kings outright.
Right.
But then back in the ancient world, our only king is Caesar.
Yeah, that's true.
No king was Caesar.
hypocritical nation.
Hypocrites, man.
It says, "And against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets."
And you people are a prey down there against those police and the ICE and the military and the Marines. Y'all ain't got no standing army. Y'all ain't even have no weapons to go up against these men. So you're a prey that you've been set up, that the Lord's going to give these men a charge to take you.
That's it.
And you read verse 7.
Yeah, verse 7. Yeah, because this is who you're dealing with. It says, "Howbeit he meaneth not."
And this is what this man does on a worldwide scale. He's a hammer of the earth. He fucking lands in Kuwait and all these other foreign places. And you see how they get them people done.
Yeah.
So what you think he gonna do to you here in the States that he deems a threat or a terror?
For real.
He gonna do the same thing to you and worse. It's gonna be worse than Gaza.
Right.
You know that?
Howbeit he meaneth not so,
Mm.
neither doth his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and to cut off nations, not a few.
And that main nation he wants to cut off is Israel, because we're a nation and a company of nations. And he needs to take us out in order for his new world order to be established.
Yeah.
He has to take us out. You know?
Yeah.
So that's always been in this devil's heart, is to wipe these people out.
Yeah.
Since the Lord.
And that's the Lord.
Since our forefather Isaac died, that's what it said. It says from then Esau planned and basically swore to kill Jacob, man.
Right?
So from the time of Genesis to now, his descendants, what do you think he taught them? He didn't teach them the law, statutes, and commandments of Isaac, Abraham, and Jacob. Nah, man. He taught them that this is my brother. He fucked me over. He fucked y'all over. So he taught them to hate, man. Yeah, fuck them for they ain't your cousins, man. Zebulon, Manasseh, all them. Fuck them niggas. Fuck them. You know, we gotta get them. They stole it. He put that shit into their mind. They stole it. Nah, nigga, you gave it up.
Yeah.
He
You know?
despised it, man.
Yeah, Esau
Exactly.
himself, he said, what good is this blessing gonna do to me?
I'm dying.
He cursed himself.
So he didn't give a fuck about this what's going on right now. It just shows. So these elites right now, okay, they don't give a fuck about these. You got these little peon fucking crackers right there side by side smiling at you like the one that was by the camp, y'all saw it? The solo protester. He came by like twice, like giving us a thumbs up, like, man, fuck you, man. You know, they trying to act like they cool with us and shit, because they kind of feel the heat too, but they got betrayed by their own people. You know, same thing. That's how Esau works. He wasn't thinking about his great grandchildren or anything like that. He said, "Fuck them too. I'm hungry. I gotta eat right now." But my children will never be born if I can't eat that right now. So that's the spirit this man exhibits, man.
Yeah, he has a nonchalant spirit. Like, he was a king. He didn't care about offering the sacrifice, even though he knew.
It was good enough,
Adam
right?
was his father. Adam was the first priest.
Alright.
Taught him what to offer the Most High. And Cain, I was offer the food, man. I don't got time for this.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, because you gotta prepare yourself. There was a whole ritual. There was a cleansing thing. And this dude, he's profane. So we know he had the same spirit as Cain. You know, and Cain did the same thing. And then when his brother that did the righteous thing, what the Lord asked, he ended up killing him for that, man.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with Jacob and Esau. Jacob was just being Jacob, upright, you know, and for him being upright and just and just trying to do what he's supposed to do, he said, you know what, I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to killing this man, you know.
Yeah.
So the same thing he's passed on to his descendants, man. It ain't nothing changed, and that's what it says in Genesis, the 3rd chapter.
Yeah.
There shall be amnesty between her seed and the serpent's seed, man. Okay, and that's a perpetual hatred that exists to this day.
Fighting in the womb.
Exactly, man. So all this it's all spiritual, man. But at the end of the day, the media wants to paint it on some black, white, brown, white thing. No, this is a Jacob and Esau thing.
That's right.
This is the Edomites, which are ruling right now because they're the wicked of the world, and against the Israelites, you Latinos, Native Americans, okay, you so-called blacks, and the rest of you dispersed throughout the 4 corners of the earth, man, that speak, and you might think right now you're part of that nation and you look like that nation and all that, but once you hear this truth and the Spirit seals you and gives you that spirit to understand that this is the truth, that means you're an Israelite too, man.
That's right.
You know, and that's what got all this shit going on. That's what really got the world in a turmoil. It's this truth, man. All right, because eventually the Edomites, which is the so-called white man, they know that brown and so-called black will get together, but not under this stupid political bullshit, man. Not under some stupid equality shit, because we're never meant to be equal. The Lord said from the Genesis, from the jump, that one nation is greater than the other. One nation is superior and stronger than the other. And that the eldest, which is Esau, shall serve the younger.
That's right.
That's what they're afraid of.
That's right.
Okay, and we will, brown and black will get together. You know, you so-called 12 tribes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Negroes, we will come together, but under the banner and flag of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's it. All right.
That's what you should be lifting up upon the high mountains, not a goddamn Mexican flag
Exactly,
or Trinidad flag or a fucking Haitian flag.
Which that goddamn Mexican flag is a Spaniard flag, you idiot.
Yeah.
They came with that shit. The scripture says that he came with a language that you didn't understand, and as swift as the eagle flieth, man.
Right.
America got the eagle. Mexico got the eagle.
Wow.
Why? Because they were fucking Spaniards that took over that shit.
Yeah.
They gave you that fucking flag. Your ancestors were no fucking flying. You know, we didn't have no fucking the eagle with the little serpent in his mouth and shit. Sitting on the cactus. That wasn't our flag, you idiots, man.
Yeah.
Same with your language.
Dumbass, man. Right.
Spanish wasn't your original language, man.
Yeah. The South was speaking Spanish 1,000 years before you even knew what that was. Because the original people in Spain was the South. That you hate so fucking much, they Mayate. But yeah,
Right.
500 years ago, we was speaking Spanish.
And the real Spanish, too.
The real Spanish. Latin shit.
Ishmael first slave. His name was
In the first slaves that landed with, I think, Jamestown, Virginia, was Antonio and his wife Isabella.
Oh,
Was
wow.
the
There
Southern
you go.
Kingdom, Judite. You know, from Spain, to Portugal.
Ishmael selling the Judite to Spain.
Yeah.
You know, before Esau, before America got involved, they were Ishmael selling Judah over there to Spain, man.
Sub-Saharan slave trade. I got a precept because our people marching down to this devil, but Moses was the meekest man on the earth, and he went to Edom, and guess how Edom responded to him? It was never good. It was never kind how Edom responds to our people. Now this is Numbers 20 and 14, and at the top of the ledger it says, Edom refuses Israel's passage. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the king of Edom, no kings there, right? The king of Edom, Trump himself.
Moses was a king
Yeah.
at this time.
Yeah.
Tells you in Jeshurun.
Jeshurun, yeah.
Alright, so you niggas are tripping.
It says, Thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that have befallen us. Now, as our people say, we built this country, we did this, we did that. You can tell this devil all day, he'll know, and I give a shit.
For real.
Because Moses tell him, you know what we've been for the last 400 plus years, bro. In Egypt, getting our asses kicked, and you didn't come to help us. And we're going to see what Edom's response is. Oh, you my brother? Yeah, come on, man. Hey.
Yeah.
He ain't never been like that. This ain't a family reunion. It says, how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we had dwelt there in Egypt a long time. And the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, he heard our voice and sent an angel and had brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the utmost of thy border. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country, which is the king's highway. It says, we will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy borders. And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. That's exactly what we're going to meet you in kind if you come out. If you pass through, we're going to meet you with the sword. That's how you always been. And this is it. When we were trying to get into our own land, leaving Egypt, the dude wouldn't let us pass. Like, nah, I'm going to come out with a sword against you.
Can't sit here.
Yeah. Verse 19, it says, and the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand.
But we're supposed to be brothers and family and all this, right?
But he came out, bro.
You see what I'm saying? The shit. These are the same group of people that said, raise it.
Yeah. Right.
But then when they're in captivity, they're gonna sit here and complain. Oh, could you put a drop of water on my tongue? Come on, bro.
And this is the second time that this happened to our family, because before it says when literal Jacob went to the same thing, Edom, the actual Esau, did the same thing, man.
Kill him. Yeah.
You know, and
He came
Jacob,
with 400 men.
exactly, man. And Jacob was scared. He had to scatter, put the children and the women in the back. because he already knew, like, nah, this nigga hates me, man. He swore his whole life to kill me.
He sent gifts.
Yeah.
Before he used wisdom,
Yeah, so he used wisdom, and the Lord got him out of that one, you know. But same thing, generations later, now Moses is the leader guiding the rest of our family out, and he knows, he heard everything that happened over there and how the Lord judged them for being wicked to us. And this ain't gonna be wicked to us again, man. You know?
And then
Right.
his brother Amalek and shit gonna attack us from the back.
Exactly.
So at the front, Moses is talking to the king of Edom in the back. Our people getting done up by fucking Amalek. Like, come on, man. You're walking into a trap pretty much. Damn.
So that's why the scriptures say never trust your enemy, man. You're supposed to know this motherfucker, man. You know? Okay.
I'm gonna read it in the NLT. It's pretty high. I'm gonna read verse 18 on down. It says, "But the king of Edom said, 'Stay out of my land. I will meet you with an army.'"
Stay out, you illegal alien. You immigrant. You'll steal my job.
Stay out. This is verse 19. The Israelites answered, "We will stay on the main road. If our livestock drink your water, we will pay for it. Just let us pass through your country. That's all we ask." But the king of Edom replied, "Stay out. You may not pass through our land." With that, he mobilized his army and marched out against them with an imposing force.
No mercy, too.
No mercy. So Trump is doing the same thing. It's in his nature, it's in his people's nature to come out against you with a sword. And you see how Jake was like, "We'll pay for it, we'll do that." Because we always been a righteous, upstanding people. We always try to look for the justified way out of things. But E is like, fuck it, blood or no blood. You got to go down. Because he understands we stand in the way of his new world order. And that was in the editions of Esther 13, how that demon Amen said that we were a certain malicious people, scattered among all nations that constantly fight against kings. So he knew, oh yeah, if they rebuild that temple, it's only going to be trouble for the heathen. So this man is going for the tribes because it's in his spirit to go for us.
Right.
You know, he has to do what he has to do. We understand that. So, like this brother mentioned earlier, we're doing the real protest. We're crying out to Yahweh Shemel Shai to fight our battles for us. Right. Ain't got to go out waving no damn flag. We lifting up the high banner upon the high mountains.
That's right.
It's these scriptures. That's all we need. Because these words, we didn't have to step foot on the goddamn was the city hall and all that shit and go talk to Newsom. These words have reached the gates of the nobles. It's in their ears. We didn't have to go up there personally. The word of the Lord went there, met him in the ear, like this is what's going down. These are my people. Your kingdom is done. It's been numbered, and it's been brought to an end.
You're probably watching the live now.
Yeah, right. How they going in? But that's all I had on numbers. Let's see that something else.
I got something. It's the book of Hosea, chapter 8, verse 1. Set the trumpet to thy mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant and trespassed against my law.
Man, that's cold, bro.
Yeah, he shall come as an eagle, as Esau Edom. Come swiftly upon our people, man, against the Lord's people.
That's beautiful. I got it in the NLT for you, bro.
Gone.
This is the NLT. It says, "Sound the alarm. The enemy descends like an eagle on the people of the Lord. For they have broken my covenant and revolted against my law."
Now look at the characteristics of an eagle. There's a reason why Esau, the Roman military, they used the eagle as their symbol. You know, eagle being a swift, one of the top predators out there, man.
Yeah.
In the bird kingdom. I know the bird F with the eagle, man.
Nah.
And it's the most prideful.
Right, because the eagle, they go up, they're the only bird that can go up the highest.
Yeah.
Whenever a crow, they say whenever a crow is messing with an eagle, the eagle doesn't do nothing, he just goes up higher and higher.
So they can
higher. You know? But Esau gonna come out as an eagle towards our people, man. And the Lord's gonna allow it because we have what? Our people have transgressed laws.
Yeah. Hey, I just to back you up too. Coming down swift like an eagle. If you ever seen like a video of an eagle hunting, man, they swoop down so quick you barely could see them.
Yeah. If they get the fish out the water, you just see the splash. You
Yeah,
don't see them even come or go. He's like, damn.
So man, that's a crazy metaphor to use. That's how this devil's about to come down upon our people.
Swift.
Swift as the eagle fly.
Yeah.
I got one. That's Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And that's a sign of that is those protests, man.
Yeah.
You know, the No King's Day, whatever the hell it's called. You know, that's division, man. You know, then you got racial division on top of that.
Yeah.
Which that ain't never going away, man.
Yeah. And it's like these people think they got an idea. It's like, okay, well, who are you going to put in? Let's just say they listen to your voice and they get rid of this guy. Who are they going to put in?
Yeah.
Another demon. Kamala, come on, bro.
Yeah, another demon.
You know, another Edomite demon.
Kamala has
man.
been doing the same shit.
Yeah, in California.
Yeah. I got the NLT. It says, Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart.
Ooh.
Alright?
Yeah. So even within these families, right, that have been holding it down and oppressing the world, there's beef amongst them, man.
Yeah.
All right, they're fighting over money, they're fighting over power, they're fighting over control. You know, so there's civil war amongst these elite families as well, man.
Yeah.
The old generation, the new generation, you know, they got different views, you know, and they all under the banner of Satan, man.
Yeah, you're gonna have these governors, mayors disagreeing with one another, presidents having disagreements with governors, mayors.
It's like, bro, when have you ever heard, like, you know, how we talk about the mayors and the presidents? We got little nicknames. Like, how is it that the president is because that nigga new scum over there and shit? It's like, what the fuck? They're publicly talking to each other like this, man. Like, you ain't never seen this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like some WW fucking F shit, man. You know? So this is the Lord exposing them and showing you, look, this is the house of Satan. They're divided. And even in their downfall, they're going to be divided, man, until the Lord completely remove them out the way, man.
Yeah. And that's how the Edomites always were, man.
For
Going
real.
back to the Greeks, the Romans, they're always feuding amongst themselves.
Right, bro. It's like you just conquered the whole known world.
Ptolemy versus.
And then now you're going to start, all right, well, shit, we can't get it cracking with nobody else. You, cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking north to south.
Yeah, they want that power, man.
You know, it's like you can never fucking just put the sword down and like fucking pick up the lemonade and chill, kick your feet up and just enjoy the fruits of your labor, so to speak, man. Never, not once, bro.
Nah, man.
Niggas been at war for fucking since the Greeks, bro. They ain't stopped.
That's why the scripture says, "Thou not hate his blood."
Mm.
Blood's gonna pursue you.
Yep.
That's why.
What
do you do in war? You shed blood.
Mm-hmm.
And you become unclean too.
Yeah.
This nigga has just been, he kept going. He's constantly profane because he's just a murderer and a man of blood. He's bloody.
Right. Yep. And not just here on the soils of America, he's contaminated the whole earth.
Yep.
Yeah. So what is it? Deuteronomy. Yeah. Is it Numbers 33?
Yeah.
Right. Or 35 and 33.
Yeah, 35. Yep.
Tells you what we gotta do. There's only one way to clean up the whole blood spilled all over the earth is by shedding the blood of the nigga that shed.
Standard, man.
You know, and Jay got a problem with that, man.
We have to do it. It must be done.
Like you protesting. Where's the sign that says eliminate all the Edomites?
Yeah.
That's the sign. That's the solution right there, man. Eliminate all the Edomites, man.
That's right. You know, because Esau's going to come down swift on our people, but Mosiah's going to get the last laugh. Jacob's going to get the victory. So Obadiah, verse 18.
That's right.
In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it.
It's a real Holocaust.
The real genocide.
Real genocide. Yep.
That's it.
Payback. You know, that's what we waiting on, man. You know, we ain't gonna protest. Protest ain't gonna bring that. You know, that it's not gonna. He's not gonna say like we've been saying. Hey, you know what? Y'all was right. Yeah, it just took 30,000 of you niggas to fucking let me know with signs that I'm fucked up. No, man.
That's not the language the devil speaks.
Hell nah. Plus,
this motherfucker respects violence.
Exactly. That's why the Lord said, "Him who letteth until He get him out of the way." The Lord led him. He gave him the free rampage, the green light.
Yeah.
You know, since he got loose in the early 1400s, man. What did it say? That he shall be loose to what? To deceive the nations, man.
Yeah.
You know, and now that people are taking the wool off their eyes and wiping the window clear and being able to see, like, wait a minute, it's this guy. You know?
Yeah.
Now that the deception ain't working so good for his ass, man. So that's why everybody's waking up and calling him out for what he is, man. The devil.
Scripture said the wicked shall be revealed in his time.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then going back to Yahweh Shai, meeting them with violence, man. He said he ain't gonna meet you as a man.
Mm.
That's a threat.
Hell yeah.
He said he gonna judge and make war, man.
That's why the scriptures is a threat to this devil. Not fucking going out there marching, waving some weak ass flags,
Right.
lifting up the banner upon the high mountain. These words send fear into this devil's heart. This is the writing on the wall, like in Daniel for his ass.
Right.
He's done.
Right.
We don't have to go no justice, no peace. No, hey, the justice is coming, and you about to be in peace.
Yeah,
right.
When
Exactly.
the King of Peace, Prince of Peace comes, man.
That's right.
That's all we got to tell you. You ain't got to go out there and fight you. We're
Right.
literally fighting you and kicking your ass in the spirit because our weapons are not carnal. It's
That's
spiritual.
right.
They consume with spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a precept. Because the Lord himself is going to give you some.
That's right.
Isaiah 63 and from the top.
Top of the list.
Yup, NLT. Who is he that comes from Edom, from the city of Basra, in which Basra is the capital of the land of Edom. So, you know, just putting it in modern terms, that would be talking about America.
That's right.
Right, the modern Basra. With his clothing stained red. Who is this in royal robes, marching in his great strength? And he had quoted that scripture, the Lord's not going to meet Esau as a man. He's going to come in as a God. Right? It says, it is I, the Lord, announcing your salvation. It is I, the Lord, who has the power to save. Why are your clothes so red? As if you've been treading out grapes. I've been treading the winepress alone. No one was there to help me. In my anger, I trampled my enemies as if they were grapes. In my fury, I have trampled my foes. Their blood has stained my clothes. For the time has come for me to avenge my people. You know, and it says right here that the Yahweh, but the Lord himself is not going to get off his throne. He's going to send his son in his name.
That's right.
So the one that's going to do the killing is his son.
His express.
Right.
You guys see Elder Brock's latest video with AI showing
That was hard.
the second coming?
That was hard.
Yeah, that's crazy. They actually depicted it accurate. It's just crazy.
It says, for the time has come for me to avenge my people through violence. Right? What's the law of the Heavenly Father? An eye for an eye, a life for a life.
Yup.
You know, and then the brother had mentioned how to clean the land.
The blood of those who spilled.
Exactly.
That's the only way. That's the only way you're going to get justice and peace that Jake is crying for and shit like that.
Yeah.
Is the blood has to be spilled in the land to cleanse it. Then the Lord's going to fucking nuke it and cleanse it with fire. Ain't no human foot's going to lay claim to this place ever again.
That's right.
And when the smoke clears, it's going to be given to desert creatures, and we're going to be returned to our land.
Yup.
You know, it says, for the time has come for me to avenge my people, to ransom them from their oppressors. I was amazed to see no one intervene to help the oppressed. So I myself stepped in to save them with my strong arm, and my wrath sustained me. I crushed the nations in my anger and made them stagger and fall to the ground, spilling their blood upon the earth. This is, there's more. It says, I will tell of Yahweh Bashim Shai's unfailing love. I will praise the Lord for all that he has done. I will rejoice in his great goodness to Israel, which he has granted according to his mercy and love. It says, he said, they are my very own people, starting with the elect. You know, because on this side, most of our people are going to perish. You know, only the elect. Well, Yahweh Shai is only coming to save his elect.
That's right.
Surely he will not betray me again. And he became their savior. And all their suffering, he also suffered. That was pretty much it.
That's it.
I got that scripture, bro. Keep quoting. It's Numbers 35 and 33.
Yes.
So you shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood it defiled the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. All right, and you Edomites, you're guilty of shedding everyone's fucking blood, man.
Yeah.
Mainly the nation of Israel's blood, man.
Yeah. And even going back, like the scriptures say, the blood of Abel.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly. You still got to pay for that.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Straight up, man. Dang, so that links up perfect right there. That's exactly what the Lord is coming to do. When he comes back, he's going to cleanse the land.
He's gonna stomp out grapes
You know?
for the people.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool scene on War of the Worlds where they were fertilizing the land with blood.
Right, yeah, yup.
He's like, I ain't about to turn this into fertilizer. That's what you gonna
Straight up, and everything started growing again, man. Well, the earth's got to get put back to being a paradise again, man. Because this motherfucker done fucked it up, man.
Yep.
You know, fucking nothing's growing, fucking animals dying. This is like animals committing suicide. Like, damn, that's crazy. You know, an animal is just in his animal instinct, just you know, eating, sleeping, shitting. But once an animal is like, I can't take this shit anymore, and fucking beaching itself, you know what I'm saying?
So they decided that
I gotta die.
Yeah, death is better. Than
Right, bro. It's like when an animal is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, death is better than a bitter life, man.
straight up, man.
Continue with sickness.
You know, that's why we see you niggas out there. Y'all are sick, man. You guys are suffering from severe Stockholm syndrome over there, begging the fucking nigga that just took the choke chain off of your ass a while back, when you should just be fucking waiting and hoping for the Lord to come back tonight, man.
That's right.
Because that's the one that's really gonna put this motherfucker where he belongs, man. And the Lord told us he's gonna put him under our feet.
That's right.
You know, but a lot of you have a problem with that. You want him to sit right there in the throne next to you and shit, man. Which is why a lot of you motherfuckers gotta just get eliminated, man.
Shit,
and that's what's gonna happen, man.
Shit, are you sitting next to this motherfucker when he's sitting on the throne?
Right, exactly.
You know,
bro.
He got you, you know, below him. So it's gonna be the same and worse when we get up there, man.
Exactly, man. And then, you know, gives you the false illusion of inclusion with these fucking celebrities and shit that make money. But look at them. These niggas got millions and billions and they're miserable, man. Niggas are bugged out, drug addicts, got demons, niggas sucking rod and doing all type of shit, man.
Look at everything coming out about this the diddler piece of shit.
Right.
This dude is like the greatest fucking Jake according to you niggas, but look at what he had to do. Look at the fucking decrepit shit that you wouldn't even think twice of doing.
Right.
But he had to do that for the fucking people that's paying his ass.
Exactly.
So if he's a sicko like that, imagine the people that fucking hired this clown.
Yeah.
Pays his fucking check.
Yeah.
And then they fucking turned on him.
Right.
They throw him under the bus.
Throw him under
Right.
the
Yeah.
bus. They do Jake like that every time.
Every time.
And that's why Howard Shah said what he said. They not gain the whole world and lose your own soul.
Straight up.
It was Andre Harrell that turned Diddy out, man.
Wow.
And Clive Davis turned him out, man.
Right.
Yeah, see.
You know?
Yeah, because he said it. He said, I'm only doing what they did to me.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So that nigga was turned into a monster. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga was showed the ropes that basically in order to keep this going, this is what you must keep doing. That's that continual sacrifice and rituals that they gotta do, man. The Lord requires sacrifice, so does Satan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why he got rid of Kim Porter, man.
Right.
You know, straight took her ass out.
Yeah.
Biggie Small, shit.
Yeah. All this shit, all
He's
these
connected
things.
to a lot of good
Man, all these things that, you know, were just like hearsay, conspiracy theories up in the air, they're now literally getting connected. And that's how you can see how the scriptures play a role in our living and everything, because the Lord said, everything done in the dark shall come to light. So this goes in all type of shit. Now we understand this is how the money system works. This is how the entertainment world works. This is how the EMS system works. This is how the judicial system works. This is how the economy works. And we know that it's all a rigged game, man.
Hey, like new movie that Jordan Peele's coming out with him.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah,
He said in the commercial or in the preview, he said, "What are you willing to sacrifice?" You know, and he's standing behind Baphomet standing behind him, him all bloody and shit.
I was dealing with the football too.
Next
man.
with the Satan, what's that pentagram?
Dang.
Wow.
Looking star, you know. So that's telling you something. In order for you to make it in this world, what are you willing to sacrifice, man?
Starry Eyes are invitation into
Yeah.
the
Bro, that shit was. I forgot about that shit.
That's social.
Hey, don't remind me, man. Don't remind me of that
That's a
shit.
good movie too.
That's
For
a
brothers
good
ain't peep
movie.
that.
Oh,
Watch that
shit,
shit.
man.
It's low
Sorry,
budget, but it's good.
I mean, it's to the
True.
point.
That
You
shit
know what I'm
was. That
saying?
shit was crazy.
You know.
Sacrifice.
Well, like
I forgot
homeboy
about
said
that.
on the thing, the scriptures say, "Be not a hearer of the word, but a doer." Well, on the left hand side too, he told her that. So the ones that make it in this business, he said, are he said not the sayers, but the doers. And then he fucking slipped his hand in her shit.
Damn.
And she was like, no, you know what I'm saying? But then eventually the bitch came back, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's when the niggas in the cloaks came out the cut, and fucking bitch was a superstar after that. You know?
Jake get a taste of that lifestyle.
Yeah.
man.
Damn. Success.
Yeah,
That's what Esau do, to suck Jake up. The ones that are talented, he'll let them experience the fame, the money,
Yeah.
all that. Then he'll bring them up. Hey, come to a party real quick. After night party, midnight party, and that's when you get to see the real shit, man.
Yeah, it's not about talent, man, because you gotta fucking go to Skid Row. You can find some homeless Jake
Talented.
fucking blind and fucking playing a guitar. Like, what the fuck? You blind? And how you? And he just, the Lord gave him that gift with Jake, man. You know, but he'll never get signed. You know what I'm saying? But they give these other dudes the false illusion of that, yeah, it's you through your hard talent and work that you made it, when it ain't about talent. It's about who they can twist and manipulate and get to do their agenda and brainwash the next generation with their fucking bullshit. You know?
Yeah, like the Catch Me Outside, or how the hell she gets so famous?
She's a demon.
You know, she showed up on Dr. Phil. Next thing you know, she's blowing up as a goddamn star.
So like it. Same with that. It's like, I don't even want to bring it up. We don't start arguing. That's a demon LeBron, man.
Brian?
Why you gotta put the demon in front of it?
Hey.
Let's go,
I don't like that. I don't
Shit, but all these Jakes, they got their recompense.
LeBron James got
You talking about the Goulet or what?
bootleg shit.
The bootleg shit, and just like even me not even really being into basketball too much, I was into it, but like hearing about this dude before he even hit the NBA, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? That just that's like that's like an alarm going off in my head. Like, yeah, I did hear about this dude way before like he got into the NBA. I was like, oh, he on the Cavaliers now. Then now he's a Laker, but he was set up. There's a lot of Jake out there with more talent than him, but he is the one that said, "Yeah, okay, I'll do it." But there's a lot more Jakes out there, more talent than the ones that made it. But these are the ones that said, "Yeah, it wasn't what they could achieve." But it was just about bent knees. They bent the knee to do.
And they got talent. They do got talent, you know. But it's like that. Going back to, it's not about the talent, man. Because there's plenty of talent. All Jake is talented, man. You know. But it's not about that. It's just what are you willing to do for their agenda, man. And if you ain't on that demonic vibe, you ain't fucking going nowhere.
That's why you hear one-hit wonders, man.
Right, exactly.
They ain't trying to play that game.
Right.
And Salak, real quick, when you think about Michael Jordan's story, when he was at North Carolina, in between the time of him at North Carolina and going to the NBA, there was a Jake, I forget his name. But everybody says he was better than Jordan.
Being biased?
And he died though.
Yeah, they took him out.
Yeah, they took him out, and then was it Michael Jordan's brother or son?
Yeah, it was better than him.
Yeah, but they got taken out, or maybe he sacrificed.
Yeah, you know.
You see, starry eyes.
It ain't Lynn Bias? Who you talking about?
I can't remember the name. It could be. I can't remember the name though.
You know, brothers that know on the comment board, put it up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know, we've all heard these stories.
You could go to
man.
Compton right now. It's probably like 10 Michael Jordans.
Bro,
They could jump high on that.
Taking off the free throw right out the fucking park, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah, dude, dunking, he only like fucking five.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. It's talent right there. It's Jake. I got a precept on it.
Yup, we can start circling, brothers.
This is the book of Lamentations 4 and 16. It says, the anger of the Lord, Yahweh, Bashim Shai, have divided them. He will no more regard them. They respect not the persons of the priests. They favor not the elders. As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. In watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us, and that's our people. They have watched for this nation to try to save them, but it cannot save them. They're not set up to do you good. You're here for punishment. And like the brother read, Yahweh Shai is going to be the only one to save us from our predicament. And it's only going to be the elect on this side. It reads on, it says, they hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. He out the door scared like a mug. People was working in the damn food truck. The skillet's still popping, grease and shit everywhere.
bro.
Ain't even in there no more. Like, look, hey man, what happened to my burrito? It's in there. But the people that's serving you ain't in there no more.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Gone.
It says they hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is coming. That's what our people are thinking. Like, I'm too scared to go to work. They got my cousin Julio. They got, they don't even want to go nowhere because they too scared to go out. They got curfew in certain cities, downtown areas. So it's really getting to a point of no return. This devil is really coming down with the hammer.
Yeah.
All right, it reads on. One more scripture. It says, verse 19, our persecutors, going back to the eagle again, are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. So this devil is laying wait. He got checkpoints. They're swifter than the eagle. They got drones. They got the ghetto birds. They got everything pinpointing you and finding you out. And then ultimately he wants to have everybody surveillance and tracked with the CHIP.
That's it.
That he's gonna push.
Yeah.
Lord's willing this year.
Yup.
So we can end this thing and get the hell out of here.
Hell yeah, man. Man, Lord willing, that's what we gotta be praying for, man. For this shit to just keep heating up, for things in the Middle East over there to keep heating up.
That's right.
For this
Chip.
motherfucker to just bring this chip already, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Crash this system.
Hell yeah, man. Which is, we see it. It's going there. You know, while these other fucking other Israelite camps are like dumb dogs, not fucking barking, just fucking watching the enemy approach. We over here sounding off the alarm, man. Letting y'all know to stay on point, stay in the spirit. Right now is not the time to get weak or get discouraged or any of that. You know what I'm saying? Even though we see this shit and we seen family members get affected by it and this and that. You know, like I was telling brother shit, I got family members that he got gaffled up Thursday. He got the letter, you know, because a lot of them are getting official letters too. People that came here legally, that were in the process of getting papers, they're getting the letters talking about come to the court, and they're having the idea that, oh, okay, it's gonna get finalized now, and now you know what I'm saying. They're gonna seal the record, and I'm gonna swear in and shit. And nah, bro, they're fucking getting them, gaffling them up, and sending them wherever. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a devil, bro.
Yeah. But good for them, you know, because we told them, you know, personally, I told them, hey, it's best for two things, man. It's best that you just get out of here on your own decision, I mean, your own choice of where you're gonna go, or fucking, you're just gonna have to be a fugitive, man. Just be on the fucking run and play the cat and mouse game with these niggas and shit. But Jake, trusting the devil.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think they would do that to me.
Yeah,
Nah, but it's already in the legal and this and that. They don't give a fuck, man. All right, he already said, man. He wants to deport citizens, man. That tells you enough. So you guys that are in the middle or in the process of getting your papers or were, that shit's don't believe that shit. So if you get that letter, just be ready to go wherever the hell they gonna send your ass, man, because that letter is not to finalize your citizenship, man. It's to gaffle your ass up and send you up on out of here, man. So it's not the time to be living lightly and thinking that nothing bad is gonna happen when everything's going to shit, man. You know?
I got you right here. This is Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. And that's what we're doing right now in this truth right here. This is how we're hiding ourselves. It says, but the simple pass on and are punished. And that's the wicked of our people who didn't take heed to this word, that rejected Yahushai. They're passing on in this world, you know, doing whatever they doing, protesting, you know, and they getting ready to be punished by the Most High through this devil or some other calamity that's getting ready to hit them.
That's right. That was it, huh?
Yeah, that was it.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees 1, and I'll start at verse 30. And it reads, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. So you down there, oh, hey, the flag is peaceful. He gonna smite your ass quickly. You gave him credence, oh, come on in, yeah, brother. And he gonna put you down with damn tear gas and guns and all that, arresting people, knocking people out. People recording and shit, they coming back, knocking them down. Oh, I'm just recording, I'm not doing anything. You're not even knowing what laws have been passed with the phone and shit. You can't even do that no more. You can't talk against an officer. You can't do nothing. You can't say offensive terms to the officer, or that's the deems of an arrest. But you know, our people's rebellious. They don't care. Verse 31. When he had taken the spoil of the city, he set it on fire and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive and possessed the cattle. What you think they gonna do if they declare martial law and niggas ain't off the street? They gonna shoot the niggas, take them, put them in a cage, and what they gonna do with them women folk and the children? They gonna separate them. They gonna use the woman, play with her, and the children. Who knows what's gonna happen to? They gonna go to Sounds of Freedom and shit. They gonna be somewhere in Costa Rica, man.
Chilling with Molech somewhere.
Chilling with Molech and the Amalekite. You already know this is what's really going on. You go to Disney World every fucking weekend, not knowing that there's secret tunnels and doors and shit, snatching your children
For real,
from you, man. So if you out there protesting and little Julio is behind you and shit, grabbing on you, and then you turn around, he gone.
Right.
A damn nigga with a mask just ran past you and went this way.
Exactly.
You don't know where he is. Alright? It reads on. It says, then builded they the city of David with a great and strong wall. Now this is the enemies. They building certain military installations in Jerusalem. And guess what they gonna do it? Use it for? Then builded they the city of David with great and a strong wall, and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them, and they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. They got the military brigade, the Marines, they have the National Guard down there. These are wicked men, these are Edomites, these are mercenaries, Marines, motherfuckers that just go hunting every goddamn weekend. To them, Issachar is a goddamn buck to be placed on a fucking wall somewhere. That's all they see you as, an animal, something to hunt. It reads on, it says, and they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. They stored it also with armor and victuals. You had all the military equipment down there. I wonder why. What they gonna use that for?
Hey, I can real quick. At camp, we brought out that Department of Defense order that happened. They passed that into legislation this past October in 2024, and what that was about was giving local law enforcement agencies military equipment. And then they also gave them the green light in the event of a T attack or some type of civil unrest. They have the green light to kill citizens without any consequence.
That's it.
That's coming.
It's coming. It says they stored it also with armor and victuals, and when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there, and so they became a sore snare, for it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary and an evil adversary to Israel. Because you know how people will go down there to the temple, but they seen the temple like, okay, we gonna lay in wait and watch whoever goes there, and we gonna take them out before they go there. Because you know, Jake just, oh yeah, we going to praise the Lord, not knowing that they set up a garrison to house you and take you away from what you know. And this is in our own land that they set up shop and have military men in there. So how much more are you in a foreign nation?
Exactly.
And they bring the military.
Like right now, all these people that park downtown, parking, you had to pay to get into a structure that has a camera. And they saw your funny, stupid ass coming out with your sign out your car. So they got license plates. They got fucking, you motherfuckers gave them the perfect profile, man.
Damn.
They ain't gotta do extra fucking investigative work. You handed it to them, man.
Oh, they did that with the people in the January 6th shit. They found out motherfuckers months later.
Right, man.
Like like,
school
a
teacher and shit.
dude's son sold him out. He's like, nah, he didn't sell you out. We already knew who you were.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on camera with your mouth open and shit.
Right,
Yeah,
man.
got you, man.
So
Right
yeah,
up, man.
and certain people did, fucking turn in their parents or children or whatever that went down there. But the rest of the people got caught up with just like how you said, they knew their license plate, their job, their house, what block they lived on, where they go fucking pay their bills, and they caught them and like you were there.
Yeah, man.
Were you in the middle of the incident?
Nigga uploaded his own picture, put me in that White House. Nigga right there and shit. Like, come on, bro. Like,
so you incriminized yourself, and they gonna come for you. Yeah. Whether you have your papers or not,
exactly.
come for you.
Straight up, man.
And it reads on. It says, "Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary and defiled it." So even knowing that was a holy place, when Esau is shedding blood, he don't give a shit about none of that. All that is out of the window. He's like, I'm just killing niggas. That's all I'm gonna do. So he didn't even have the fear of the Lord on him to say, well, I can't kill these people in the midst of the temple. They defiled it and killed them in the courts and everywhere, on the steps. Doesn't matter. So if you're out there with your family, you think he gives a shit about that? That's why he sent the Marines in there. He didn't send the fucking Navy or the Army, the GIs. He sent the Marines in there because they go in there, execute the mission, take out the threat. That's it.
That's it, man.
And you're extracted out of there. That's it.
Straight up, man.
That was it.
You got something? Brothers, somebody else got something? I got one. Let's shut it right here. It's 2 Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And this is the process to get to that righteousness.
That's right.
Like it says in Ezra, that only one man can go at a time, and there's fire and water on the side. It's set in a dangerous place to fall. That's this motherfucker right here, man, and it's going down. We're seeing the effects of its downfall, man. So we just have to hold fast, man. You know, don't get weak. These demons are gonna get tougher. Brothers are gonna lose jobs. Brothers are gonna, prepare to lose, man. But at the end of the day, like this brother always say, we're winning, man. In the eyes of the world, yeah, we're losing and we're killed all day long. But in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're winning, man. As long as we endure, man.
That's right. And look at our forefathers of old, especially Jeremiah when Jerusalem was taken. The Lord literally put him in the best place he could have been in. He was in the prison. And the Babylonians was ransacking the city and destroying shit. Jake was getting slain and killed, and he was in the safest place he could have been in. But yet, to him, it's like, oh, this is a bad spot I'm in. But he was in the safest place he could have been in. And the person to get him out was the captain of the guard, sent directly from the king to go get Jeremiah the prophet and free him. And then he gave him money and said, you free to go. So you might get caught up with Jake getting fucking hauled off. They looking at it like, oh no, not this one. Let him go. Release him. You gonna know, oh, that's the power of the Lord. It's the spirit of the Lord, because your ways pleased him. He's gonna make even your enemies be at peace. You can go free.
That's right.
It's like, but he looks just like us. But we're not like the rest of our people. We're not like you Jakes out there. We have a whole different spirit on us, a different aura. Yeah, we're the same people, but the Lord's gonna make a division between the chosen and the unchosen. So Lord, when we're those men and we stick it out, we winning, and we trying to get to that W though. At the end of this thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Brothers got anything else?
That's it.
Hey man, and with that, hopefully it was edifying. To the next one, as always, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles, great millstone. Salutations to all you brothers and sisters that serve the Lord in sincerity and in truth. Till next time, shalom.
Shalom.